The following audio is intended for mature audiences and contains adult content, graphic language, graphic violence, and strong sexual content. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back to Fedora, everyone. My name is Tony, otherwise known as Slade. I am going to be your DM for the evening. And following up with that, we have our players. We have, starting from the top, my good friend Eli.
Yes, sir.
Followed up by the notorious Haqsaw.
Hey guys, my name's Tony. My friends like to call me Slade. You can do so as well if you would like. I'm just here.
Really? Gonna copy me? Wow. Wow. God.
Tony, you know what that is, right?
Yeah, that's a recording of me. Wow. Thanks. And followed up by a second asshole, fucking Mayhem Vote 93.
What's up, guys? I'd like to just go on record to say that I had nothing to do with this. I knew I did.
That's the problem. You knew about it and you didn't say anything. So that's why you're included in the being an asshole. Oh god. Alright. So to give a brief rundown is what happened in the last session. So last we left off, our players finally managed to kill everything in the lower part of the dungeon that was leading away from the Kobold Tower and heading back towards the main city of Fedora, Falade, heading to the city of Falade. Sorry. They managed to get in good terms with the Dragon Queen, who turned out to not be a dragon at all, but instead happened to be a very overweight kobold woman who was extremely attracted to Rhaegar and managed to convince them to side with her and gave the players a mission to stealthily take out the barbarians while they were not paying attention. In order to do this, she gave the players 3 pins for them to wear while they were in town so that nobody in the town would mess with them. However, our players managed to get back into town and soon came to find out that the townsfolk, after seeing their pins, were not very pleased at the fact that they sided with the kobolds up until our players decided to explain the actual situation. Once they did so, they were more inclined to help them and give them the things that they needed in order to accomplish their mission. But our players now only have one night in order to get this job done, finish off the kobold threat for good, and save the town once and for all. And that's where we are now. Alright, so we have Norbit, Mouse, and Rhaegar all split up. Norbit is back towards the far right-hand corner of the map that you guys saw before, and I will go ahead and hopefully get that for you guys while I explain what's generally everyone's at. Mouse is in the center of town towards the marketplace. He is currently looking around to see what all wares that he could currently buy at the moment. And our friend Rhaegar is at the blacksmith trying to get some things crafted, some things repaired, and potentially getting some new armor, which he actually already has wearing currently at the moment. So we're going to start with Norbit, because Norbit is the furthest away, and he is on the top of our list Discord chat. So Norbit, you are currently still at the Ranger's hideaway where he trains the direwolves. He made an agreement with you that if you completed the task that you set out to do by killing the bandits later on this evening, he would not only grant you the direwolf pup, but he would also make it to where the townsfolk would basically be more at ease with the 3 of you guys and help you guys in your missions. Where do you want to go now?
I would like to go meet up with Mouse.
Okay. So in order to do that, you need to head back towards the center of the town. For my players who can see the map, it is number 4 on the map. But for those that are listening in right now, so imagine that this is a very small town, and that in the very center of the town, there is basically a little marketplace that they can kind of walk around and look, kind of like an outdoor market area that you would see certain areas. He needs to head down that way, so south-ish. Go ahead and we'll go ahead and say that you head towards that way and give you a minute. What your Mouse? You're actually at that location right now. What do you do while you're there currently?
I last I checked, I needed to go to. All right. I want to go to the. He told me there was a magical item stand or a weapon stand or something like
Yeah.
that.
So right now you're technically you're at the north end of the market square. If you go south towards the bottom of the map, then you'll head towards the magical weapons and armor section.
Yes, that's
All right, it won't take you but like less than a minute to get there. So we'll go ahead and just say that you walk over there. Which side do you want to go to? Magical armor or magical weapons?
weapons.
Okay. So go over to the weapons area. You see, uh, what looks to be like another Dragonborn, male figure. He's wearing what you would assume to be like blacksmith, attire, but he only sells the items, the magical items at the store. So you kind of get the notion that his where he goes in and crafts these weapons at is in a different location. But this is just what he feels comfortable in, and he looks to you and says, "What can I do for you, Mustard?"
Do you have anything I'm a tutor and for myself maybe or from my group anything that you might need to get rid of real quickly or anything that is like for adventurers we're trying to adventure together and be friends and make acquaintances. So we're trying to be cool and the only way for we could be cool is to have cool things, so we would like some cool things. Do you have anything cool?
He he looks at you and he says, "Well, I mean, I have all of this magical gear. That's."
Yeah, I see the magical key, but you have anything that just stands out that just like pops, like pops.
He looks down at you and he sees that you're holding a rifle. Says, "Are you a gunslinger by chance?"
No, this is my walking cane. Duh. Yeah, of course I'm a gunslinger. Why wouldn't I be a gunslinger?
He smirks at you and he turns around and says, "Give me a minute." He walks back into the back of his booth. You can hear him rummaging around in there, and he comes back out and he pulls out what looks to be like this very flashy strap. It mostly made out of like this very ornate leather, but on the leather there is different like gems embedded into it. That is extremely flashy.
Ooh, I like that. Oh yeah, that would make me look so cool, especially when I'm doing my tricks and everything, with the gems are so all bling. Yeah, that's what I like. How much?
He looks down at you and says, "I'll give it to you for 1,000."
Jesus. Any way I could like try to get that price lowered?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Can I actually perform a well, actually, you know what? Yeah, let me do a persuasion, but I want to. Yeah, I'm not gonna ask. For those that want to know, Rhaegar wanted it says doesn't even ask what it does. Hey, it's shiny, okay? It has gems.
Flashy.
It's very flashy. I got my bling. Gotta look amazing. All right, so yeah, I'll roll the persuasion, and can I say what it what I say? Yeah, can I try to tell him what I say? Then narrate it for you.
You can, but you still need to roll persuasion in order to try.
Yeah. Regardless of failure or succeed.
Yeah, so go ahead and tell me what you say to him in order to try to persuade him to lower the price.
I got a 4.
Okay, what do you say to him?
I look at him and go, hey, what if I do a trick, like something amazing, something you probably never done before?
He looks
What do you
at
think
you
about
and
that?
says, I don't think it's a very good idea for you to be going around and doing trick
No,
shots.
it's okay. I'll go do a trick for you. You'll see. I'm gonna do a trick. Watch
he
this
he
trick.
says, no, it's fine. I
No,
can't.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And
As I say that, County, can I roll an acrobatics check or performance? Does it matter which one?
I would say performance. If you roll performance, you might can convince him that way.
My acrobatics is higher though.
Yeah, I know acrobatics. There's a reason I'm making you roll performance.
You're performing. You're not like
you're performing an act to try to convince him that you're cool enough to lower the price.
All right. Well, I'm gonna roll it, but because of acrobatics, you'll see why I asked about acrobatics.
I mean, I understand it's lower.
A 10.
Okay. So you managed to pull out your rifle.
I wanna narrate this too.
Okay, go ahead and narrate. Tell me what you do.
All right. Do I succeed though or fail?
You fail?
Sweet. All right. Regardless of fail or succeed, I know what I'm gonna do. All right. So I put my gun up against the stand, and I look. I'm like, just watch me closely, my friend. Okay, don't worry. Don't even blink. Watch, and you will see a master at work. I have mastered this with the content of my ancestors, from my God herself, who has shared the wisdom of others from her world. So I look at the his booth right there, and I run straight for it, and I try to do a backflip by running up at him, doing a backflip, and instead I just run straight into it. But right as soon as I hit it, and I'm falling backwards. As soon as I'm falling backwards, I hear this.
Parkour. Me and a bunch of my friends like to go out and parkour random places sometimes whenever we can get the chance. And
did y'all hear that?
Pretty good.
As a DM,
You're an asshole.
as a DM, I hate you with every fiber of my being. So here's what actually happens. This dumbass mouse pulls out his rifle and says all of that. When he goes to try to do a backflip, his foot gets caught inside of the glass case, and he shatters it and basically destroys his entire counter that's holding all of his magical items. And then you take 6 points of damage. The guy looks at you. He pulls out his greatsword, and he says, if you don't get the fuck away from my station, I'm about to chop your fucking head off.
Oh, that was worth it. Oh, man.
For those that don't know, that video is our great DM in his prime.
Okay, well, you take 6 points of damage, and now you lost your chance of getting any items from that area, and also
That's
from
okay.
and also from the armory too, because it just so happens his wife works over in that area.
I'm all good with that. Oh, I like to head to the butcher shop.
Okay. So we're going to turn back over to Norbit, because by this time Norbit should have already arrived at the area. Norbit, roll me a perception check to see if you noticed that. What just happened?
14.
You do see Mouse, and you saw what happened, and you also see the Dragonborn guy pulling out his greatsword, about ready to chop his head off.
Alright.
So what do you do?
Is there any chance I can get the pigeon to pick Mouse up and just fly away?
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Okay. However, your weapon that you're wanting is in that same spot.
Yep.
So I need you to roll me a sleight of hand check to see if Pigeon can pick him up and not know that you're involved.
pretend
Okay.
that you're just getting rid of the nuisance.
So Pigeon flies down, picks Mouse up by the nape of his neck, and flies off with him. And the Dragonborn walks out and basically is like flipping him off and yelling and screaming at him for destroying his property. You come up and you walk up behind him, and you see all this wreckage that Mouse has just clearly done, and you watch the whole thing. What do you say to him with him not knowing that Pigeon with you, that you know Mouse?
I'm going to turn around and say, I seen what happened. I got rid of the problem for you. I would like to see what you've got.
He turns around and looks up at you and says, well, tell you what, son, you can help me out right quick and get this all put back together, then I will give you a discount.
I'll use what's it called?
And
Mend. Well, so I'll use
okay.
Mend and just put it all
Sure.
back together.
So you cast Mend, and it puts all of the counters back together, and all of the items go back into their slots the way that he had them set up. And he goes back behind his counter, and he's like, man, I don't know what the hell was wrong with that Mouse man, but like, he is crazy. Something's yelling about something about parkour. What the hell is parkour?
I'm just gonna act like I don't have a clue what he's on about. I didn't hear shit. I just seen what happens.
Anyway, my friend, what is it that you need? And please don't ask me to do trick shots or anything like that. Go any lower. Just like, I'm going to go give you a discount for helping me mend this back together, but whatever you think you can do to lower it even further, just don't try. I'm in a bad mood now.
I'm gonna say I want to know what weapons he's got.
He points around and says, well, I've got this rack that's on the left-hand side of me that has some very fine weapons, swords, scythes, all kinds of manner of weapons.
Right there and say, I want to see the scythes.
You want a what now?
Scythe.
You want a scythe? He goes over. He says he has 3 scythes right now. One of them is just a regular, normal scythe that most farmers can use. It's not very magical at all. He has another scythe that's it's a dual wielding scythe where you put one in each hand, and it's kind of like just a short range weapon. And then he also has another one that is a pole arm type scythe where the blades are on either end, and it's a 2-handed weapon.
Right. Mouse, need you some real quick.
Mouse, what's up?
All right, so since I'm with the bird and he needs gold, can I send him a note and the gold to him?
I would say that you can tell Pigeon to fly you over to the butcher's shop and then do that, and I'll say that you'll do that now.
That way I can try to get him to get that price lowered on the strap.
Okay.
Don't forget, we've also got the spy pigeon phone thing as well. So.
Okay. All right. So by this time,
right. But I feel like it'd be more secluded with a note.
Yeah,
that way he doesn't hear you.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to say that Pigeon by this time has dropped you down onto the area where the butcher shop is at. You hand him the note and then the small bag of money. And
I give him all 33.40 of it.
Yeah, you give him the bag of money, and then you tell him to go to Norbit and give him the note first, and don't say anything. He flies back over to Norbit, but it'll take about like a half a minute to get to him. So Norbit, you can kind of go ahead and just talk him up right now, and then Pigeon would show up just a little bit after that.
Right, I'm going to ask him how much he wants for the dual scythe.
The double-bladed scythe?
Yeah.
He said, normally I would sell this to you for about 1,000, but after you helped me out and helped me mend all this together, I'll give it to you for 800.
I'm going to turn around and say, if I don't do a trick, can I get it for 750?
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage because you did help him out.
I like that. You know, the guy says don't try and get the cost down even more. So what does Norbit do? Try and get the cost down even
Yeah,
more.
like, he said don't try to get it down with like trick shots or anything like that. So as long as he doesn't do something stupid like Mouse did, he can try to talk him down.
23.
You got a crit?
That's a nat.
That's a nat 20. He says, you know what? Thing is, how that fucking asshole of a mouse folk came over here and destroyed everything, and you basically repaired my entire shop, which would have took pretty much all of that money anyway. I'll give it to you for 500.
But I'm gonna tell him, just give me a sec. All my gold's on my pigeon. I'm gonna walk outside. Is my pigeon back by now?
Yeah, it's back by now.
Yeah.
So Pigeon flies down and hands you the note. I need you to make a sleight of hand check, though.
Ah, shit.
Bollocks. 18.
He doesn't notice that you got the note.
Was it? How much gold was on the pigeon?
I gave him the whole. It's 3,340 was what we earned from the from selling everything. I've still got the potions and the components for the spells for you, so I'm just gonna keep that on me until we meet up again.
Yep. All right. So I've got the full amount on me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So how much was it? 3,000 and what?
3,340, I believe.
Yeah. And don't forget, you've also got the gold that we earned already, and whatever you split it off into.
I remembered how much I had because I had it written on my sheet, so I've just added the 3,000 plus to that, so I've got a reference. Yeah. I'll give him the 500.
Okay.
500 gold.
Yeah. Hey, you hand him the 500 gold. He asks you, do you want a sheath to go with it? It's free.
Then yeah.
Okay. So he goes back to the back and he wraps it up for you in a sheath and gives you this really nice leather sheath to go with it. Brings it to you, and he looks down at you and says, hold up a second. How much you want for that shield?
I'm gonna ask him what his first offer is.
I'll give you 100 gold back for that.
You know what? Because he gave me the discount on the what's it called? The
essentially you would have gotten the scythe for 400.
Yeah, that's what I'm just gonna let him get it for 100. I'm not gonna try and get more out of him.
Okay. He gives you 100 back. He takes the shield from you, and he puts it back behind him and sets it down. And he says, "Is there anything else that I could do for you while you're here?"
I'm gonna ask what armor he has, or not arm. You said he's a weaponsmith?
Yeah. So him and his wife are co-partners. So he's working at the weapons side, and then right across from me, behind you, is where the armor is at, and she's working there.
I'm gonna ask if I can go in the back of his shop and use some of his tools for a minute.
He looks at you suspiciously, and he says, what kind of tools do you need? Because I can just bring you some out here right
now. I'm gonna say I'm not sure at the minute. I'm just gonna, let's say, fancy up a couple of the things I've got while I'm here, since you've got all the tools.
Are you an artificer by chance?
Yes.
Okay. He says, give me a moment, I'll bring you some stuff out. He goes back to the back, and he brings out this large toolbox. Then when you open it up, it's filled with artificer. It's completely piled up with artificer.
Alright, so I'm going to ask you this now, because you're the VM and you know more about it than I do. Okay. You know how I can +1 to armor or weapons?
Yes.
Considering I've got all the tools there and that and everything, could I do it to both my armor and my weapon now?
So you don't have the components to do it. However, you can pay this guy to do it for you.
I'll do that then. Well, actually, no. I'll ask how much it'd cost for him to do it.
He says, "Let me look at what you want done, and I'll tell you the price from there."
I'm going to ask for separate prices for each, but do the +1 thing to my armor and then the +1 to the side.
All right. So for the armor, give me about 200 gold pieces for the armor. Mm-hmm. And then for the scythe, if you want to enhance the scythe, give me about another 300.
500 each. Can I offer to sell him my longsword and 50 gold for him to do my armor?
I will do. I'll do that and do it for 50 gold.
Yep. Alright.
Okay.
I'll do that and I'll leave it with that.
All right, so you give him the long sword and then 50 gold, and then he'll do the armor for 50 gold. And then the weapon, the scythe that you just bought, he'll enhance it by 1 and become a +1 dual scythe for 300 gold.
I don't know if I want to do that because it's not all my gold. Oh wait, no, because technically if we split it, I could, yeah.
Yeah, you're the three of you are going to split it
Yeah,
half and
and
half.
I'll just take the
So
least. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that as well then. Fuck it, why not?
okay, all right. So you give him another 300 gold and hand him the scythe back. He says, give me about a few minutes and I'll have it done." It enhancing the weapon doesn't take as long, giving it magical property. Just give me a few minutes and I'll have it done. He goes back to the back. Do you want to stand there and wait for him? Because if so, then I'm going to swap over to Rhaegar.
Yeah,
If not,
I'll do that.
you'll do that. Okay.
Yeah,
So
'cause I
while
haven't got shit on me
Norbit,
at the minute.
all right. So while Norbit is waiting for the enhancement, we're going to swap over to Rhaegar. So Rhaegar, you're in the blacksmith's shop. The blacksmith has just given you the offer of crafting the items that you had asked for, and also gave you a new set of armor for practically free. You want to remain in here for anything, or do you want to go somewhere else?
1 second. So for those listening at home, because we didn't talk about this actually in the last session, during the time that we were in the dungeon, Rhaegar managed to loot the skin, teeth, and the skull of a hydra, and basically I've commissioned this blacksmith to use all of those resources in order to improve my gear, so to speak. So the skin is being fashioned into a sheath that I get 2 attacks per day that I've got poison damage, but I have to continuously sheath and unsheath the weapon in order to use it. The teeth are being attached to my great axe and add +1 to my attack modifier, so turning into a 1d20 +9 rather than 8. And the Hydra skull is being turned into sort of like a casing for my helmet, which is going to improve my AC by 1. So, that being said, I think the blacksmith, I think DM, you've got to roll in order to see whether or not he's successful for that.
I do. However, it is going to take several hours for him to be able to do it. So I'm rolling off screen to see if it happens. By the time that you guys go and finish your mission of taking out the barbarian threat and come back first thing in the morning, it should be done if it was.
Oh yeah, and I bought that half plate armor from him, didn't I?
Yeah,
but
you did. You did get that, and your AC did improve by 1 as well.
He stipulated that no, it improved by 3 because it was 14. It's sitting at 17 now.
Oh, it is? Okay, all right. Yeah, that's right.
So he stipulated that if we actually succeed in this mission, he'll give it to me for free.
Yeah.
So at this moment in time, I don't think there's anything that I need in here. So I'm gonna leave, and I'd like to do a perception check to see how far away from the tavern I am.
Okay.
Perception is I rolled a 17 plus a 2, so that's 19. Because I'm rolling, remember?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You're rolling it off camera. Okay. So 17 plus what now?
Sorry, I got it wrong. My perception is actually a +3, so I rolled a 20.
Okay. So you rolled a 20. All right. So with the 20, it's pretty straightforward. There's some signs that are out and about that'll tell you which direction to go. But the fastest way to get there is to head back towards where Mouse is at through the marketplace, and then head straight north. And the first building before you get to the main road is the tavern.
Okay, I want to go to the tavern.
Okay. All right. So you head towards the tavern, and we will swap back over to Norbit because that will take you a minute. Norbit, the Dragonborn comes back out and he hands you your scythe. And it is now a dual-bladed scythe +1. So now whenever you attack with it, your attack bonus will be added, have an additional +1 to it. So it should be 2d6 +2 now, I believe.
I'm gonna double check that because I thought it was only a +1. And
it should be. Your sword should have been +1, and then this will make it to a +2.
Oh, is that all right? Yeah, fair enough. Then I thought it was never mind.
Yeah, so your damage will go up by 1, and then your attack bonus by 1.
Wait, so my attack bonus will be +4 now as well?
Yeah, it'll be +4, and then your damage will be 2d6 +2.
+2. Holy shit, that is definitely an improvement over my old sword.
Yeah. All right, so roll me a perception check though to see if you can notice Rhaegar coming at you though.
Okay, I'm assuming my armor went up by 1 as well because he did the armor as well.
Yeah, the armor does go up by 1, so you're at an AC of 20 now.
Yes. My perception is a 14.
You do see Rhaegar heading your direction. He is coming from the south side. So generally around the same area you're at, and he's coming straight up towards you.
Okay. I will meet him in the middle, I guess.
Okay. We're going to swap back over to Mouse now. So, Mouse, you are at the butcher shop.
Did you get the strap?
Yes.
Okay,
no, you didn't. You did not get the strap.
That was in the note.
Now, you did not get the.
I thought it was the sheath.
Yeah, you did. You didn't read. You did not read the note, and you did not buy the strap.
Well, I've not gone yet. I can always go back.
You can.
Right.
Yeah,
you have
can.
gone. You've met me in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean I can't split off away from you again.
Well, essentially,
fine.
if you go meet Rhaegar in the middle, it's not that far of a walk.
Okay, so you're gonna fuck up the simple task of trying to get a fucking gun strap from Mouse, and then you're gonna fucking ditch me. I see how it is.
Well, I'm gonna give you 1,200.
Hey, maybe if you go
first.
with him, it's a fellow Dragonborn, or maybe it won't be bad. I don't know.
Anyway, it's not that far of a walk. So
you did disrespect another Dragonborn hero.
You could say that instead of meeting him in the middle, you can have Rhaegar come to you and meet you at that store, and then just buy the strap when we get back to meet.
Bitch, I'm an alcoholic. I want to drink.
Well, you
yeah,
can
that's
go
why,
drink.
that's why I said I'll meet him in the middle. Because I'll meet him in the middle. I'll pass him the 1,200 gold that I was going to give him originally anyway. Because that was what I'm going to give him as his share of the gold. I'll read the note and then I'll start heading back. Sound good?
Sure.
So I need to take 1,200 gold off.
All right, Mouse, you are at the butcher shop. It's not that far away from the marketplace. It's actually about as far south in the town as you can go, but it's still pretty close to the marketplace. You can see it within the eye's distance, so you can plainly get back no problems. But you get to this butcher shop. It's a very small building. There are what looks to be like pens outside of the shop. You can see inside of the pens that there are like pigs and a few heads of cattle inside of this pen. But you don't see anybody outside, so do you want to walk in?
Yes.
Okay, so you walk into the butcher shop, and you see this burly-looking man. He's red-haired, red beard, very stout man. Looks like that he gets in his fair share of workouts. And he looks down at you and sees you and says, "Welcome. What can I help you with?"
So, okay, look, I'm looking for not a huge bone, but a decent sized bone. And I'm also looking to get some meat. The bone is for this guy, and I pull shit bag out of my bag.
He looks at it and goes, "Oh, okay, yeah."
I need something that can distract him while he's in there, so he doesn't chew on everything else. Maybe something, I'm gonna make a fighter out of him. He's gonna be amazing. You're gonna see. Don't worry. One of these days, you're going to hear about shit bag.
he goes, okay, yeah, I've got just the thing for that. But what kind of meat are you looking for?
Do you have anything like grass fed? Anything from like that's natural, like natural good meat? It's for the dog.
He says that all of my meat is natural. I raise my own livestock, butcher them up, ready to cut. But he
I don't
says,
need
do you
too
want
much.
pig? Do you want cow? Do you want goat?
I think gold will work.
Goat.
Yes, gold.
Okay. You see him go back into the back. He comes back out and he has a small like wrapped package. It looks like it's wrapped in what looks like white paper. It's neatly wrapped, has a ribbon around it. It's neatly tied. Very professional. He says, "I'll just give you the bone for free, and give
Oh, thank
me
you, compadre.
10 gold for a pound."
Oh, sweet, sweet, sweet. I give him 10 gold, and I ask him if he knows where I can find a. Wait, where were we last at, Tony? With the old man?
That's
They
the
were.
marketplace. That's the
Yeah, the
marketplace.
old man. Was he an herb shop, or was that not that was his
It
wife,
was
right?
an
They were in.
all-in-one shop, so it's like
Oh, okay.
potions, herbs, all of that.
Okay, is there another shop that's just herbs that might have more variety?
Uh, Generally there is, but the thing about that shop is that they're going to have lower quality or quantity as well, because of the type of situation you're in right now, where the barbarians are pretty much taking over. So you can go to that shop, but you're not going to find like the really good quality you're going to get into this small little marketplace. But that's up to you. If that's what you want to do, then you can go there.
Yes.
Okay. It's
I
fun.
ask him where it's at first. Let me ask him if he knows where it's at.
It's he looks down at you and says, "Yeah, it's actually right next door to the pub."
Oh, sweet, perfect. I gotta meet some friends at the pub. For being so nice, giving the bone for free, and giving the information, and I toss him another gold coin.
He catches it with his hand. He says, "Appreciate your business, sir."
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You're gonna definitely see me again, hopefully, if I don't die.
And he goes back to his business. And now we're going to swap back over to Ray.
Before we end, Tony,
Sure.
can I do an insight check and see if I notice anything about the door?
Yes, I was hoping you would.
12.
It's a brand new door. He just bought it.
This is some good. This is good. Is it wood?
No, it's glass.
The whole thing is made out of glass.
It's one of those doors that has like the outer rim is made out of like metal, and then the rest of it is glass. And then it's got like the where
This is a really strange door for a butcher shop.
he said, "Yeah, I got it at a discount. Some fucking kobold came in here and broke my other fucking door."
I hide my pin. You don't say.
Not to mention the fact that you were the kobold who did it.
Oh, that's unfortunate, but it's a good door.
He said,
hope
"Yeah,
you
I
have
was
better luck
hoping."
in your days.
He said, "I was hoping for a nice wooden door, but because of these dumbass barbarians taking over the town and pretty much ransacking everything in this town that we normally would be able to sell, this was the best I could do. So I bought it at a really cheap price, and it's going to work until I can get one made." So
You want to see a trick?
Just kidding. I'm just kidding, Tony.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Leave.
Leave.
A new door.
We're gonna go back over to Norbit and Rhaegar now.
Yeah.
All right, so
I leave.
Norbit, you're still at the weapon shop, the magical weapon shop. Rhaegar has just walked up to you. So Rhaegar, do you say anything to Norbit or vice versa?
Can I tell whether he's got his scythe on him? Like, is it in his bag?
Yeah. He was just handed his scythe, so he has it on him now.
I look at Norbert and this scythe, and I say, "That's a pretty impressive weapon you got there."
Damn right it is. It only cost me a sword and a shield, as well as a fuck ton of gold.
Okay, sounds like a bargain.
Exactly.
I'm gonna
hit a lot harder.
well,
from over there and point to the shop.
I'm gonna go and get a drink before we, kickstart this mission.
Alright, before you go, yeah, I'm gonna pass him the 1,200 gold and be like, use that for whatever you want. You want to go get yourself a drink? You want to go get yourself new weapons, armor, whatever you do with it, it's yours now. It's your split of what Mouse has got from everything. That's what he put in the note. We all get a bit of it each. So, who you want? I'm gonna throw him 1,200 gold and be like, be gone, peasant.
Nice.
God, peasant.
You were just
so high
Rhaegar,
up society now because of his weapon.
Norbit tosses you this pouch that has it's really heavy when you catch it. You look inside of the pouch and there's 1,200 gold pieces in your bag. So
I'm just gonna walk into the bar.
All right, so you head towards the bar. Before we go to the bar, Norbit, do you want to buy that strap right quick and go with him, or?
No, I want to buy the strap, and then I want to go to what shops you said they were about again? I forgot.
So, in the area you're at right now, it's mostly magical weapons and armor, but the two that you're near right now, it's a husband and wife duo. The husband runs the weapon shop, and then if you turn around right behind you, there is the armor shop that's also of magical qualities. If you go north of you, that's where Mouse was at, where he went and bought like the potions, herbs there, like the really more expensive herbs and items like that. Scrolls, if you're looking for scrolls.
Right.
If you go to the left or the right, it's basically like a food court kind of thing. So you can try like fantasy equivalents of different foods from different locations throughout the entire continent of Fedora.
Is there anywhere that would potentially sell like hide and stuff like creature?
The armor shop right behind you, or the blacksmith shop? Yes.
Right. Well, I'll go into the armor after that.
Okay. So you want to buy the strap now?
Yes.
You ask him about that strap that's laying on the counter. He looks at you and says, "Yeah, that mouse folk guy tried to buy it off from me. He tried to narrow me down to a lower price and then shot up my place and destroyed everything. So I'm going to give you the same offer that I gave to him, 1,000 gold."
I'll say, since we've done business in the past, I know he knows I'm good for it in that. Like, can I get it for like 800? Since, we've
roll me a raw persuasion check, no advantage or disadvantage.
What? Persuasion? Right?
Yeah, just persuasion, yep.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. He says, "You know what? I've had this thing for a while. Nobody can really afford it. It's still in the pristine condition. But you are an honest man. You have helped me out. I'll give it to you for 800.
Alright, I'll buy it for 800.
Okay. The moment you pick it up, I need you to roll me an Arcana check.
Ooh, this is gonna be good. +5. Oh, fuck you.
It's a 6. This is a very shiny. This is a very shiny, very nice looking gun strap.
I'm gonna turn to the blacksmith and I'm gonna be like, I wanted it because it's shiny and I like shiny.
He
wanted it because it's shiny.
He laughs and says, "Yeah, it is that. It's very shiny."
It's gonna make me look cool.
I'm gonna turn around and go, has it got any like things about this I should know before I start like tinkering with it?
He said, "Yeah, so I don't know if you're proficient with guns or not, but he says that if you strap that onto a gun, a rifle of some kind, it enhances your ability to aim better."
I'm gonna turn around, look at him, and go, I'm gonna keep that in mind when I attach it to my fancy bag here later.
Okay. Sure.
And then I'm gonna walk out.
All right. So you're gonna head towards the armor shop right behind then, right?
Actually, no. I'm going to head towards Mal.
Mouse? Okay.
Yeah.
Head south and you'll meet Mouse. He's gonna be heading north anyway.
I'll do that one.
So we're gonna swap over to Mouse then because you guys are so close together. Mouse, roll me a perception check to see if you notice Norbit heading your way.
A 7.
Wow.
Yeah, you're too busy with the meat and bones that you just bought and trying to give it to your
song.
Chihuahua-like dog. But Norbit, you do roll me a perception check to see if you notice
Yeah.
Mouse because there is the potential that both of you could go into different directions because you don't know your way around town.
10.
You see somebody that looks like Mouse, but you don't know if it's him or not.
Straight to him.
Straight to it. Okay. It's a little old lady, and she's got it's a little old lady. She is heading away from the butcher shop, and then Mouse passes right by you, but you don't notice it.
Can I sing a song while I'm passing?
Sure.
Can I do a perception check to see if I hear the song?
Yeah, roll me a perception check to see if you notice the song.
How I rob you with my gun.
What'd you roll?
7.
You think the old lady is singing to you?
This is the worst.
I'm gonna go
worst crowd
weirdo
ever.
and walk away.
Okay. So which direction do you head back towards?
I'm gonna go back towards Rhaegar, I guess. Like, I'm gonna walk that way
Okay.
rather than get
Sure.
on pigeon because I'm just gonna be like, that's too fucking weird for me. I don't even want to try and fly right now.
Sure. Mouse, you're actually heading in the wrong direction because of your rolls. So you are actually heading to what on your map would be the right side, so west. Okay. You end up at a shop that is like a library bookshop.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Something's not right. I could have sworn he told me it was over here.
Do you want to go inside?
I don't really think I need to go in a library, but
I mean, you can ask for directions.
yeah, let's do that. Let's do the non-manly thing and ask for directions.
Sure. You walk in, there is this very old, very tall woman. Got very ornate, square-looking glasses. She's got very long, very white hair. It's tied up in a really nice bun, and she's an elf. And even for her having the white hair, being really tall, and you can tell that she is old, that she still looks extremely good for her age. But you do notice that like she's starting to get wrinkles and stuff, like very slight. They're very slight because in elven lore, it's more of the lines of like they can live for hundreds of years, and once they reach the point of where they're about to, be on their deathbed or whatever, that's when they start showing their elderly features. And that's
How
when
close is she to death's door?
Not
First
there,
of all, fuck
not
you,
there
asshole.
yet. She's still
Little
got about
lady
another
going
100
strong.
years left in her.
She's at full hit points, I'll have you know, despite the fact that she's old, okay? And I
Oh my
hope to
gosh.
God she castrates you, motherfucker.
She looks at you and she sees you carrying the dog and your rifle, and she says, "Hold on a second, my friend. This is a bookshop, and I would highly appreciate it if you bring a firearm and your dog to disturb my other guests. But if there's something if there's something that you need, I can come to you and help you out in any way."
I yell back to her, I need directions!
She says, "Shh."
Yeah, say goodbye to your balls. She's gonna castrate you.
She okay, so I need you to roll me a perception check when you yell out though.
15.
I barely beat you. You don't see it happen, but 1 second you're looking in her direction and she looks to be like on the other side of the room, the other side of the building. She instantly is in front of you, and she grabs you by the nape of your neck and brings you back outside and says, "You're in a public library. What are you yelling in here for? You have no manners."
Oh no, I got manners. As a matter of fact, I need directions.
She does that thing where she's like taking two of her fingers and rubbing the bridge of her nose, and she like looks like she's getting a headache just by talking to you. She says, "Where do you need to go?"
I'm looking for the herb shop, but I think I've got turned around somewhere.
She says, "Yeah, so go back towards the marketplace and go north.
What does the building look like?
The rooftop is red in color."
Okay, so I put my dog back in my bag with his bone.
Okay.
Probably should have done that all the time.
Yeah, you probably should have.
But I thank her for her for giving me directions. I head on my way to find this
Okay.
red-roofed building.
She sets you back down. She lets you go on your way, and she closes the door behind you. And you head back towards the marketplace and head north. Rhaegar, you are at the bar at this time that all of this is down. Rhaegar, what do you do when you walk into the bar? You walk in, and the bar it's the same bar that you were in before. It's very much the same. There are no barbarians in here, but the bartendants are still the same.
Female bartender.
There is a male and a female.
All right, I want to go and sit at the bar.
See the bar?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so this is the same bar, like I said before, for those that are listening in. It's the exact same bar. It is very cozy, very roomy. Fireplace in the far left corner. Not left corner, but left side of the building towards where generally most people, when they come in here, they dine in and eat at. Large families will come in here and eat in that area, and then most of the people who come in to drink, have a good time, and party, go to the top right area of the bar where the barbarians were sitting at the very first episode of this campaign. You come into the bar and you sit at one of the stools, and I'm going to draw you on here along with the bartender. Okay, so the bartender that's standing in front of you is the male gentleman. Human male, brown hair, brown beard, very heavy set man. He looks like that he drinks a lot and he eats a lot. He looks just as tired as the day that you saw him last when you were last in here. He looks up to you and says, "What can I get you?"
What's his selection of like fine ales, like his really good quality ales?
I'm gonna pull up a list now.
You're also going to want to pull up a list for liquor as well.
I'm gonna pull up a full category of.
Damn, couldn't just order the normal mead like everybody else.
Nah, man, Rhaegar's feeling fancy. He's got over 1,000 gold. He's got new armor. He's a new man.
Right, looking all fancy in a place full of thugs.
Round
two of the bar scene.
It's kind of actually hoping that the young female bartender would notice how much of a difference has happened in Rhaegar, you know?
Ah, more of a dick. Gotcha.
Fuck you. I'm not the one that goes digging up past about the DM and puts it in the fucking podcast.
That's exactly fucking right.
Oh, look at me. I got materialistic things. Hey, that was 10 years ago.
Okay, you said
Good to
ale
reminisce.
and what else?
Liquor.
Liquor?
Yes, you would like to lick her.
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
Okay, so this is going to be your regular roundabout barkeep, basically. So he's not going to have like the really fancy stuff. But he says he can give you a jug of ale, for a jug, it's 2 silver pieces, and for a pint, it's 1 copper piece.
So that means that a jug is bigger, right?
The jug
Like a
is bigger,
keg?
yes.
So it's like a pitcher.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, I'll take a pitcher of ale, and then I'll take a chaser of what liquor has he got? Like, has he got any from Rhaegar's like homeland or anything like that?
Roll me an insight check.
Oh shit. That's a 9 total.
A 9? Yeah, no. As far as you know, this is just a regular bar.
Alright, I'll take a pitcher of ale and a chaser of any liquor that he's got.
So he goes and grabs you an ale, and he grabs you about a small bottle of liquor. It'll be about a 2.
Damn, I was looking for a shot, not a whole fucking bottle.
You about to
Oh,
chase
do
that?
you want-
that
do you want a
ale
shot or
with
do you want a bottle? You want a
Instead of
shot or a
chaser,
bottle?
Tony.
Ah, fuck it, I'm an alcoholic. I'll take the bottle.
Okay. So for the jug, like I said, it's 2 silver pieces, and for the bottle of liquor, I'm going to let you get it for 5 silver pieces.
Excellent.
Again, this is just like regular alcohol. This is not like the magical shit.
Must remember you from last time.
So
he's gonna-
you won't have to
Shouldn't spend more
roll
money out of it.
constitution checks until after you finish. If you drink both of them after you finish the bottle, then you'll have to start making constitution checks after that if you drink any.
Cool. Well, for now, I'm gonna sip away at the bottle. Like I'll take like shots of it
Yeah,
every now
so
and
you
again.
won't have to make rolls then. Just sip on it right now. So while he's drinking, Orbit and Mouse, we're gonna say at this point you guys finally do meet up, and you are right in between where the tavern is at, where Rhaegar is currently located, and then also the shop that Mouse is going to go to.
Did me and Mouse find each other now?
Yeah. So you guys managed to find each other by this point.
Right. Well, first of all, I'm gonna give Mouse 500 gold and
Okay.
the strap.
Sure.
Yep. So I put 10.
You tell him what it does.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So in D&D terms, Mouse, your strap, when you put it onto your gun, it will raise your attack bonus by 1, but your damage will remain the same.
I put it on as a belt.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I just wrap it around my body like a bandolier.
Do you attach it to your gun and wrap it around?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. That works. All right. You won't get the bonus until you strap it to your.
Yeah. What was the bonus again? So
your attack bonus. So like when you roll to see if you get an increase of +1, but it only works is if you attach it to your gun and then strap it on there. If you don't have it attached to the gun, don't get that bonus.
Wow, I'm never gonna miss.
Okay.
Okay. Can I do an Arcana check
On crap.
to see if there's anything else special about it?
Okay.
Not sure why, but I was trying to type Arcana, like the actual.
I'm going to
word.
do an Arcana check by writing out the word Arcana. Okay, well, you got an A for Arcana. That tells you nothing.
You got a C
There,
for
I
it.
did.
Oh my gosh. Roll your freaking Arcana check.
A for effort. C for
12.
execution.
Okay, with an Arcana check of 12, you basically know what you already know. However, I will give you a slight advantage because Norbit already told you what it does. You see on the back end of the strap underneath where you would typically hold it around your shoulder to hold it with, there's a sigil on there, and I need you to roll me a perception or an insight check on the sigil. Perception or insight.
Actually, speaking of that,
Insight is a 12.
My weapon as well.
With a 12, you know that this is the sigil for the poachers.
Ah, shit. Well. Well, that's convenient. At least I haven't, not them.
I'll also say with a 12 that had the guy who had the item been a poacher, you would not have survived that area. You know that he's not a poacher, and you know that his wife is not a fact of that they work
Considering
together.
the chaos I just caused in the marketplace.
Yeah, he would have killed you on the spot. If
Yeah,
I
feel like even if I had shown up and I had done that, it would have like escalated more.
Yeah, it would have. So you know with your insight that he is not part of that group, but he somehow came across this strap and he just had it on him and he was trying to get rid of it and sell it.
Are the gems that are in it valuable?
No.
Damn, thing costs 1,000 and the gems are worthless.
Yeah. The gems that are in it are worthless, but the strap itself is enchanted. So it's not a very good enchantment. And matter of fact, Norbit's ability is just as good as the enchantment on the strap. But it basically that's all it does is it raises your attack bonus by 1 D&D terms. But it just makes it to where that in fantasy terms, linguistics, it basically allows you to aim and hit better.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and attach it then.
Do you say anything about that though, Orbit?
No, I don't know. Like, can he see? I'm gonna actually scratch off the sigil.
Okay. Yeah. So, I'm gonna say that Norbit won't have to worry about rolling for that or anything. He's not really worried about anything.
I'm too occupied looking at my new scythe.
Yeah, he's more occupied with his scythe and getting to the bar than he is with you scratching off whatever you're.
Actually, speaking of that, I would like to do an Arcana check on my scythe because he said it was a magical scythe.
Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, he already told you what it will do, but
I don't remember. But 21.
Yeah. He just enchanted it to where it would become a +1 dual wielding scythe. So essentially, in D&D terms, it basically means that your attack bonus and damage got rose up by +1.
Yeah,
that's all it does.
Well, with the Arcana check, can I see if it can be enhanced further later on or not? Like,
I'll say with the 21 that you know well enough as an artificer that most weapons and armor and stuff like that can be enhanced further. It's just a matter of you have to have the materials to do it, and you have to have the innate ability to do it as well.
Right. Second question. Since I wasn't the one that enhanced it, could I also enhance it?
You could enhance it further, but you would have to roll for this one because it's already been enhanced once. So you would have to roll to see if you're successful. Whereas if you had done it yourself to begin with, then you wouldn't have to roll for it. You just needed the materials to.
Yeah, but I got you. That's fine. I'm happy. I'm going to carry on doing whatever we was doing before.
I'll also say too with the 21 that you know enough about enhancing items and weapons and stuff that you know that the way this world works is that if you're trying to enhance it with your own innate magic, you can do that, but you need the components to do it. But you also know that there is another way of enhancing weapons and armor by adding the gem sockets to it.
I thought the gem sockets were only on the ring.
It's only on the ring that you have equipped now, but there are ways of adding gems to items in.
Oh, that's what you meant. Got you.
So initially, and roll me. Actually, Mouse and Norbit, because you two are both involved in this. Norbit can roll a history check, and Mouse, you can roll a history check with advantage.
I got a 6.
Okay. See what Mouse gets. Roll with advantage, Mouse.
Wait, if I put the ring, if I somehow put the ring on the weapon, would that technically
14.
No, I'm about to explain that with Mouse's.
Got you.
Okay, so Mouse, you know this because of the stories that mother and father told you growing up. But the gems that are found, they're extremely rare nowadays. They're not very well common anymore after the war that happened. But the gems that can enhance weapons and give them special properties, like the ring has, they come from a stone called the Ethereal Stone. Ethereal is what used to give everybody their magic until after the war happened. But now that the Ethereal Wars are over with, the gods are the ones who give most everybody their magic. But if you do find Ethereal stones, they're extremely rare, and nobody is willing to buy nor sell them because of the fact they know that nobody can afford them if you do happen to have one. But each stone,
priceless relics.
each stone that you find has different properties and colors depending on what kind of property they have. So, like for example, the green one in the ring that you have is a poison eater. So it allows you to do the poison damage if you wear it. However, there are certain rules that you have to follow in order for those abilities to activate. Like in this example with the ring, you can only activate the ability if you wear the ring on your finger. So you can't go in and say, okay, I'm going to take this ring and put it on my weapon and expect it to work. You have to abide by its laws. If you don't abide by its laws, then it's absolutely worthless. It doesn't do. Mouse's new strap that he just got is the same way. It has the sockets with the gems in it, but the gems have lost their power, and the strap is the only thing that has power now.
Okay. So what color are the gems?
The gems that are in your strap right now, there's 2 of them, and both of them are white. And with the roll that you got for your history check, you know that if a crystal turns white, that means that it no longer has its magical properties, and therefore is just basic rock. It turns into like basically a diamond that is worthless.
The worthless diamond.
Yeah.
It becomes a fake crystal.
It's a fake crystal. Like it's a
Zirconium.
dead crystal.
That's it. That's what I was trying to think of, yeah, zirconium.
But it does have 2 sockets on it.
That's it.
But that's all you'll know with the 14.
All right. I tell Norbert I have one more stop I need to make.
We're gonna send Norbit to the bar then, and then we're gonna go and stick with Mouse to do his thing. So Mouse, you go to the shop. You walk in, and there's nobody in there right now.
I call for someone.
You call, and there is a man that comes out. Looks like a wizard of a sort. He has these weird-looking glasses on that have spirals in them. He's wearing this really tall wizard hat, and he's got this really scratched up blue robe, and he has this long black beard and black mustache. And you can tell just by the way that he looks that this is like an extremely weird, odd character. Like he's just he looks like he's batshit crazy. But he looks to you and he's shaking his head and he goes, "What can I do for you?"
I have some herbs I'd like to sell you.
Oh, herbs,
All
herbs.
of
You
them.
got some herbs? Oh, I like herbs. Herbs are great.
No.
I love herbs. Herbs.
Maybe you've had too many of my herbs.
Too many? You can never have too many herbs. I like herbs. Herbs are great.
In your case, maybe.
What kind of herbs are you looking for? I've got blue herbs, green herbs, yellow herbs, purple herbs, all kinds of herbs.
No, like maybe I could.
What kind of
No,
herb?
no, I need to stick to what I got. I've got some from where I'm from that I would like to sell to you.
Ooh. Oh, you got some herbs to sell me? What kind of herbs you got? Let me see.
I take out my little my pipe and my little bag with my herba buena in it, Tony.
Okay. Here's my question. Which color do you give him?
Which one do I have? Can't remember.
You currently have one of each, but depending on which one you give him has a different effect.
I don't remember what the color.
Okay, so have the gray one, you have a blue one, a red one, a green one, yellow one, and a purple one. Don't have any of the mixed colors. Just have the solid color.
Right. Gray was the one that we don't give out, right? That's like
That's up to you. You can give it out.
No. I mean, like that's the one that I don't have all. Like that, I only got like one of it.
You only have one of it. Yes. Well, technically,
Okay,
you only have one of each on your person right now. But being you as your character, the gray one is the one that is the hardest to get.
Gotcha. Okay, that's not the one I want to get rid of. I want to sell him the purple one.
Purple one? Okay. He looks at it and he immediately brightens up. He looks at you and says, "Where did you get this?"
My mom, she goes, Are you looking okay? Like, I mean,
So you hand him the herb, and he says, "Can I take just a small drag of it? Just a tiny drag, just a small drag, small drag."
no free samples, man.
Okay. All right, let's all calm down here. Let's all calm down.
What can you offer me?
He said, I will give you 100 gold pieces just for a drag."
You want me to just blow it in your face?
He's like, no. I have my own pipe. I just need a pinch. Just a pinch. All I need.
Wow, you really crazy, dude. But okay, 100 gold, 100 gold.
He slides 100 gold quickly. He snatches it up out of his coin purse, slams it onto the table in front of you, and he has his pipe out with his lighter ready to light up, and you can see that he's jittering and moving up and down. He's like, "Okay, let me have a little. Let me have it. Please.
My matches, like, no, you gotta do it right. You gotta do it right. I pull out my matches.
Doing it right." You give him a little bit.
I think I found a crackhead.
Yeah. Do you give him a little bit?
Yeah, I light it for him while he's
all right, so he takes a massive huff of this. I got to roll to tell you what happens. He got a good roll. That's the good news. Now, I got to reread all of this because I didn't expect you to do this early on.
Oh, there's a plan.
Got to roll 2 d20s to determine what effect happens. 15. Okay, so you see him take a huff, and he looks at you for a minute expecting something, but nothing happens.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he doesn't get high or anything off of it. Nothing happens.
Are you feeling, my friend?
Said, honestly, feeling calmer. Weird. I don't like it.
Calmer.
I don't like this feeling. Weird.
Oh.
He's like, "Are you sure that's the good stuff?"
The fact that you're calmer, yes.
Like, okay. I mean,
Imagine if you took the whole thing.
like,
Basically turned him from a fucking meth head into a manic depressant.
calmed him down.
Mouse,
Dude. He's a
mouse,
chill
roll,
high right now.
roll me an Arcana or Insight check. See if you can notice what. And roll it with advantage because you know this drug better than anybody.
Please don't call it a drug. It's an herb.
Or an herb. You know this herb better than you.
21, my friend.
So with a 21, the reason what now did you roll Arcana or Insight? Which one?
Oh, insight.
Insight? Okay. You know that with your herb that depending on how much they smoke and what happens after they smoke it, different effects will take place with different individuals. But the fact that nothing happened to him is either one of two things. It's either one, he didn't smoke enough, therefore that there is no effect because he had so little, or that the effect actually did happen, but because that the effect had no effect on him and his person at the moment, basically canceled itself out and did absolutely.
So he's already high, and it got rid of his eye.
From what you know, it could have possibly done that.
Okay. All right. Can I explain that to him?
You can.
Okay, I explained that to him, but I'm not gonna repeat that.
Sure. He looks down at you and says, "Well, that's a fucking bummer. I was hoping for something exciting to happen."
Dude, you are already exciting.
He says, "Can I try a different color? Maybe."
What color would you like to try next?
He says, "I'll give you another 100 for green."
Okay, I'll do that, but this is the last time, okay?
Okay,
And then I need to go.
This time he calmly pushes it towards you, like he's just like phased out or whatever. He calmly pushes it over to you, and instead of being all like hyperactive and excited about it, he kind of just slowly takes a drag. Got a bad roll this time.
Dude's gonna have a bad trip.
Hurt.
Dude got a bad trip.
So, Mouse, you
God.
see this immediately. He takes a full-on drag of this green one. Immediately, the floor completely is surrounded by grease, and the floor is slippery and hard to stand on. So I need you to roll me an acrobatics check to see if you manage to stay standing up or you fall down. He's gonna roll one too because he's gonna fall if he doesn't. He falls.
I got a nat 20.
Yeah,
bitch.
so you're good. You stay standing up, so you don't think anything of it.
You want to see a 3?
But you see coming out of his mouth is grease, and it's spewing everywhere. It's all over the place. Like grease has gotten over everything, and everything is slick. It's hard to stand up in here, but because you were expecting it, that your nat 20 basically was your preparation for what could happen, so you managed to keep your footing, but he wasn't expecting it, so he fell flat on his head, and he knocked himself out, and now he's unconscious.
Oh man, we can't have that. Is he still spewing, or is that stopped?
It's finally stopped, yes.
Rob, Norbert, I'm not gonna rob him. I will.
He's not out. He ain't gonna know. What he don't know can't hurt
You know
him.
what? You know what?
You give him some of that, like, and he only asked for 100 gold, but, I mean, you give him twice this year.
Do it. You won't. I won't do it. I'm not evil. I will take his robe.
Take his robe?
I will take his robe.
Okay. You go around the counter.
And I will take his pipe.
Okay. You go around the counter to take his robe. the reason why nothing happened was because half of his robe was missing. So basically,
Like he had like half. What do you mean half? Like front was there, but back wasn't.
Yeah, yeah. So basically,
Assless robe.
basically, what happened was that he was affected by what's called the like a target disarm spell. So the only thing he had on his person that had anything to do with a weapon or armor was his robe. But because nobody was attacking him, basically his robe just cut in half. So he only had half of a robe, but he was too high to notice. And then when you gave him the second one, he was affected by the grease spell, and grease just started spewing out of his mouth because he got a bad effect.
Well, okay. I definitely take the half robe.
Sure,
Yeah, I still take the robe. I take the robe.
You take half of it. It's basically just like fabric at this.
Yeah, I just take.
And then you take his pipe.
And,
you take his pipe.
Yeah, take his pipe.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. You can go ahead and take his pipe. He's not going to.
And I conclude my business with the unconscious man.
Sure. Then I'm going to say you go
Hold on. Norbit and Rhaegar both want me to shave his beard.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
I guess I will shave his beard.
Okay. He does not wake up. You can do this easily. You don't even have to roll for it. You shave his beard and his mustache, and yeah, it's gone.
And with the ash from my pipe and his pipe, I draw a elaborate picture on his forehead with squigglies.
Sure, got it. All right. Now, are you going to go to the bar to meet up with the other three?
I'm going to go, but Norbit's still typing.
Okay, I'm going to say that that's all you do for that area, just kind of speed things along.
Yeah.
You go to the bar. So I'm going to say Norbit and Mouse, both of you arrive at the same time. And you see Rhaegar sitting alone at the bar, and he's drinking his ale and liquor. So what do you guys do? Do you go up there and join him?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you go and sit next to Rhaegar, and Mouse. I assume you will do the same.
Yeah.
The bartender.
That's the pipe. What kind of pipe is this? So I can go ahead and.
It's not a big pipe. It's actually one of those like cheap pipes that's just like.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's nothing special. But you guys go sit at the bar, and the bartender is still standing there with Rhaegar talking to him, and he asks you what you guys want.
No,
I actually don't want to drink.
there's no point in me drinking. So.
I will actually take some food though. Do you have maybe some kind of salad?
He says, "Yeah, give me a moment." He goes and tells the other bartender, the lady bartender, that they need a salad, and she goes back there and starts prepping it up. Norbit, what do you want?
Shiny.
Shiny?
Yep.
I mean, I don't have anything shiny. I got drinks and food.
So nothing shiny.
Nothing shiny.
Take your forks. All of them.
Take your forks.
Take your fork. No?
Knives then, fine.
No?
Fine, I'll take the sporks.
He brings you one spork.
What spork? A spork? Really? There's a spork in this world.
There's cell phones in this world. Why wouldn't there be a spork?
Alright, I'm definitely keeping this spork. I'm gonna give him one gold.
No longer.
For the
It's not a sport though in this world. It's called a foon.
It's called a foon. Sure.
I'm giving him one gold for the spork, and I'm gonna just sit here. Have I got anything gold? Apart from my money?
No.
No, I was gonna fucking make it a golden spork.
He's gonna tinker. That's what he's wanting to do right now.
I'm gonna tinker a spoon.
A spork.
A spork.
It is a spork. Yes. Alright. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna mend the fucking spark to the top of Pigeon's head.
Your pigeon now has a fork.
Spark.
Fork.
Food.
Spoon. It has a half spoon, half fork stuck in its head.
Yeah, so I'm happy with this development. Now it has a headbutt attack.
Rhaegar's just gonna look up and go, "Am I drunk or is that bird got a fucking spork on its head?"
It's now a uni pigeon.
Have you ordered any more drinks at this point, Rhaegar?
No, I'm still drinking my pitcher of beer and my bottle of liquor.
Sure. All right. So you don't have to make a roll. The woman bartender comes back and brings you salad mouse. It's just a copper piece.
All right, I gave her 2, one for her and one for the meal.
Okay.
Can I ask her what sort of meals I can get for, say, a silver piece?
She says that you can get the house special.
No, I'll take that then.
She says it'll give me a few minutes. It'll take a little bit longer than the salad did, but I'll have it out for you hot and ready. He goes back to the back and starts getting it ready for you.
I look at my party and I go, "So did y'all's adventure in town end up like?"
I'm gonna turn around and mouth and go, "Oh, you see your little chihuahua in your bag? I'm getting a big one." I'm just
Okay.
gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna have a
How are
really
you going to
big
keep
grin
that
on
in
my
your
face.
bag?
It's a bag of holding. It can hold anything.
Just don't forget it's in there. It's going to feel fine.
Yeah, so if you keep it in the bag of holding for more than 10 minutes, it
Right, well, I'll just hollow out Pigeon's chest and put it in there then.
There you go.
It's gonna put,
Fucking
I'm
hell.
I'm gonna put a compartment inside of Pigeon just to carry the dog around.
It's gonna be like a little hamster wheel in there.
Hey, Tony, you gave me this. I'm gonna use it to the maximum of my creativity. And I'm the fucker that took art in college.
Sure.
So, you know I'm creative with this shit.
Oh my goodness. Okay, all
You're the
right. So
wrong
yeah,
person to
Norbit
spill
tells
it.
you he's getting a bigger dog. Rhaegar, you saying
I
anything?
hand back the components to Norbit,
Okay, yeah. So
I'm gonna put them in the chest compartment of my
and I
body.
give 2 potions each to both of them.
Okay.
So put 2 life potions, health potions into y'all's inventory.
Question.
Yeah.
Since now Pigeon has a compartment in his chest, can I just put shit in there like my bag of holding? And just like shut the doors on him?
you could put things into the bag of holding and then put the bag of holding into his compartment. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that when he passes me this shit, so I don't have to carry it all the time.
Sure. Hey, you do just that. Okay, so does Rhaegar and Mouse say anything in response to what Mouse said about what happened while you guys were in
Do I
town?
say something about what I said?
You can.
What are we doing in here anyway? I forgot what our mission was.
Rhaegar is coming in here to drink, but this is also the same location you have to go to in order to go and stay
Ooh, I would
stay in
like
for the
to
night.
pers-
So you have to
would
you
like-
have to rent out a inn.
All right, I tell them that, but also I want to do a perception check to see if there's any barbarians in there.
Sure.
Wait, how much is a room?
Depends on how luxury.
I just want a normal room, nothing fancy.
Be 5 silver for a regular room.
Jesus.
Cheap.
How
All
much
right.
is the fanciest room?
Fanciest room, 10 gold pieces.
I go for the one in the middle and go for the 5 gold one.
Sure.
I'm gonna tell the bartender I will be happy just to sleep at the bar.
He says, I mean, we're open 24 hours, so
Are you sure about that? Like, let me do a perception check first. Hold on.
yeah, do your perception to see if there are any barbarians in
Bearing in mind, Rhaegar already knows the answer to that question.
19?
19. When Rhaegar came in here, there was no barbarians, but with a 19, you do notice that there are 2 barbarians who walked in right after you, but are paying you no mind. Matter of fact, I'll draw them all out now. 2 barbarians have walked in after Mouse and Norbit did. They came over and they are sitting to the far right of the room, sitting at like a booth. But yeah, so in order for you guys to kind of get like a little bit of like a short rest or a long rest or what. If you do a long rest, then it'll be 8 hours. So it'll be roughly about, I want to say, 10 to 11 p.m. if you do that. But you can't do your mission until nightfall.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and after I finish my meal and go in and get my long rest in.
Okay. Rhaegar and Norbit, do you do the same?
I'm gonna have my meal and finish my drinks. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you guys finish your drinks, finish your meals. You guys rent out your rooms and you go upstairs and you get
Actually,
your
before I do, well, no, I'll get healed.
you'll
we'll get
you'll
healed.
get your full HP and any spell slots back with the long rest. All that good jazz. You'll get everything back, including your hit dice. So if you used your hit dice during the short rest, you'll get those back as well. But you guys do all that. And it is now 10 p.m. and it is dark. So this is around the time that you said you were going to go to the Barbarian's mansion at the center of town.
Do we need to stop at the blacksmith first because of Rhaegar? What do you had?
No, he can't get his stuff until tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, it's 10 p.m. It's in the middle of the night, and this is around the time you said you were going to go sneak into the Barbarians' place to go in and take them out while they were asleep, basically. And I'm going to say,
Hold on, Tony. What's the name of this town?
it's called Fillead.
How do you spell that?
Felad.
And what was the name of that old geezer?
You didn't
The
actually
420.
ask him for a name.
I didn't ask him his name.
You
Oh
did not
man,
ask him
was it
for
on the
his name.
shop? Wow, I should have asked him for. Okay, old geezer herb shop. Gotcha.
Oh,
All right.
he's another dick
Kind
suck
of-
guy.
No, not that old geezer. The one I took his rope from and got him really.
Oh,
fucked
the
up.
old, yeah, you didn't ask that one either.
Well, I was doing business. I don't really care about the name.
Okay, so I'm going to say that we're going to end this session here, and we will start back up at the mansion in the next session.
What's going on, everybody? My name is the Mayhem 93, and I play as Rhaegar, the Dragonborn Barbarian, over here on the Dirty 20 podcast. If you'd like to see more of me, then feel free to head on over to my streaming channel, twitch.tv/the Mayhem 93. As well as that, you can always check out my own tabletop role-playing podcast, Guardian Down, on YouTube. The channel name is the exact same thing, just without the 93. I hope you enjoyed the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, because we've had a great time creating it for you, and we would love to hear some feedback down in the comments below.
Hello, my name's Ellis, otherwise known as Eli in the Discord of the Dirty 20 podcast. I play Norbert as well as one other character for a short time, and if you want to find me anywhere else, twitch.tv/LSCW, if you want to come hang out with me there. And I hope you enjoy the podcast.
Are you seeking some slick new gaming gear to add to your arsenal? Our friends over at Inked Gaming have developed their site into a one-stop shop for all of your tabletop gaming needs. From vibrant-looking dice to cleverly designed dice bags to sweet sleeves, playmats, and a whole lot more. Their site is rich with quality goods that will help you up your game. Team Inked has been a friendly, reliable supplier to the gaming community for nearly 10 years, and we want them to continue growing for the next 100. In fact, we love their products so much that they didn't even approach us to promote them on our podcast. We wanted to utilize our affiliation with Inked to let people know about their gear. So head on over to inkedgaming.com today and get your hands on some awesome gear that matches your game and your style.